kept my son quiet while he had colic.
Okay.
So that episode said.
So YouTube should pull up now.
Eyes be waiting for the YouTube's notifications. I gotta go and finish watching that.
Oh, look, my phone
yeah,
popped
we're
up.
there.
Watch live now. Let me watch. I want to watch live now.
I'm gonna watch it too.
Okay.
We're gonna be on it. We get to watch ourselves.
Let's watch it.
I want you guys to know that she talked about my shirt.
Do we look Fabu? Awesome.
I'm sorry.
Wait, the city of bitches. What?
Bridges. Bridges. The city of Bridges. Back. Up.
Let me get my good side.
I'll do the math as you
Like.
listen.
4, 1, 2. A little bit. There we go. What's up, people?
What's up, people? This is Common Conversation 412, and we are live.
Live,
Live.
live,
Live.
live.
And live. We are live.
And today we got a special guest, and her name is Bree. Say hello to the people, please.
Hello, people, please.
You gotta speak up, because I know for a fact you're not going to get caught on the,
You don't even gotta kiss the mic.
yeah.
Just be all up in here real
Alright,
close.
here, I'll turn you up a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
that's my mic, and that's usually really, really like it should be high, shouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it probably is kind of high, but it's probably not high enough.
Oh, Amber Knight, that is Bree.
Bria.
I'm sorry, was Amber ever at the program? She might know.
No. Amber is who I work with.
I know that. I know who it is.
No. She was never at the program.
Just didn't know how far back she went.
So today is, I'm your host, Token.
And Eyes be Mano.
And like Mano said before, we have our wonderful guest, Bree, who's,
Open-minded, outspoken, and a crazy individual.
I guess that's what she is. I didn't know all that.
And she's all of a lady.
She's really goofy. She's pretty goofy.
I'm just a good time.
I wouldn't
So
say all that.
No, she's fun until she loses it. She's short-tempered as shit.
I am, but it takes a minute to get there. But I'm really friendly, like a couple of drinks in, and I just want to hug people. And I'm like, hey, everybody, let's do shots. Like, I'm that person. But then if you like bump me or step on my foot,
Let's
then
do some shots.
Let's do some shots, guys.
I mean, I
Let's do
do.
shots.
I love a good
I bet
shot
I
of
could drink
tequila.
more than you. I bet I could drink more than you. It's the shots.
So
I do have a picture of you still drinking a fishbowl.
Who?
You.
Sipping out of a fishbowl?
That blue fishbowl drink at
That shit was delicious.
the
with
saloon
my,
down
with my
south
choker
side.
on and my button up, and I still had. That's back when
you had a choker.
I had a
I remember I used
Pico chain, Pico necklace, the little white shell necklace.
Yeah, I used to have
Puka
them.
shells?
Yeah.
I remember when I used to love wearing them. I used to wear chokers and the little puka, whatever the fuck they're
Puka
called.
shells?
Yeah, them necklace. I don't think so. Bree likes us. She watches our show almost every week when she can, but yet we got her a shirt and she doesn't have it on.
See,
So
Because it took you 8 hours to get the shirt to her. Like she came in with jeans and
I
everything.
had my jeans ready to change, and I was like, hey, where's
hold
my
up.
shirt? And he's
Okay,
like,
all right. Since he's gonna try to throw me under the bus, he told me I was up here preparing for the show. So he didn't tell me you needed your shirt. You wanted to put it on right at this second until he came upstairs.
so this is your fault.
And you was already walking
No, it's
past.
not. It's not.
She didn't, and I'm gonna put the responsibility back
You
on her.
conversed with him about getting a shirt. Am I
Yeah.
correct?
No, actually, you conversed. She conversed with
She
you
didn't
Yeah.
talk to me about getting a shirt.
when we was live.
How's everyone
Video
doing
chat.
today?
Anyway,
That's
We gonna
good.
settle our differences, goddamn.
so today's topic is we're gonna talk about a little bit about interracial relationships. We're gonna talk about discrimination and stereotypes. Hey guys, too, just remember it doesn't only happen to black people.
Yeah, like let's get this shit out in the open. Like
Also happens to the Mexicans
Yeah,
and the Asian
and
and the Asians.
the Jews.
and the Jews and
I mean, not so much
and
anymore.
the
Not
That's
yet.
kind of like
Yeah, not so much
wrong
anymore,
now.
but it happened to everybody.
Yeah.
No, when ain't nobody else around, it happened to them. That's what it is. As soon as we ain't there to get picked on,
Monday,
then they
yeah.
start separate shit.
Yeah, Auntie. So we're moving the show, guys. Just so you know, we are moving the shows to Monday evening at 6:30. So that's our new day for the summer. This is our summer showtime. So that's where we're moving it. I posted on Facebook, Auntie. I'm sorry if you didn't get the notification or whatever like that, but it's on there. I posted. So just look out for us Monday evenings around this time. This is when we're doing our show now. We moved it from
Okay,
Saturday.
so I'm assuming that's my girlfriend, and she thinks you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
It might be Joby. So
Nobody.
assuming-
That's probably Justina. But again, too, how come nobody tells me I'm beautiful? I've been here for over a year.
Why is
Nobody-
everybody hitting on you?
Who?
She is married.
You
Yeah,
are
she is married.
beautiful.
Thank you, Bree.
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're looking
that.
rough.
Dang. I'm not supposed to be like some
we
brotherly
need-
camaraderie.
No, fuck that. You be nice. We need to go get shape ups.
Yeah, we probably do.
We need haircuts.
We probably do. But so we're gonna talk a little bit about
Amber
that.
wants hugs from Bree, and you got hard eyes from mine. So
Yeah.
you like
Aw.
you getting
You're so-
molested and don't even know it.
You're so loved right now, and it's not even funny.
I
It's,
feel good about it.
it's not even funny.
Because I didn't know how this was gonna.
I was gonna go.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, I didn't know how I was gonna go because, you know, I don't live here anymore, so a lot of people don't know who I am. They're just like, who is this that's always got something to say? And
Hey.
me.
Yeah, and she was here for years. We all got a history together, like
Yeah.
years of knowing each other. But she was taken away from us. She got pulled out of the hood, and she was around a lot of the
I got
proper folk.
cool. I wouldn't say they were proper.
Okay, they were a different type of ghetto.
I mean.
So she's. Okay,
I mean, okay,
'cause,
so
again, too, she is from Northview.
Yeah, I'm
She's-
from Northview.
Then she
Yeah.
got relocated.
I left in what was it, about 7th grade, and I ended up in Shaler area. So
Shayla area.
Mhm.
yeah,
You hear
so
that?
I graduated from Shaler area, but that doesn't mean I didn't
She's
come back.
she's
I always
a hybrid.
came back.
She's a hybrid. That's what she is.
Even when I was in Shaler, I still came down to the program. I was still with y'all.
Yeah, she used to cross that bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always ended up in Lawrenceville because it was like right across the bridge. Like
Yeah. So.
I didn't leave. I had no choice. I left in 2009. That's when I left.
Oh yeah, she left,
I left.
and still had checks here. I'm said like, oh my god, she didn't have no responsibility. She had
Thank
checks,
you, Auntie.
phone bill, car, and would. She the first person that I ever
So-
seen lose a check, find it months later. Like, oh, okay.
So
I didn't
again,
need
just-
them. I didn't need
Bring
them.
on YouTube. So my aunt is saying that you are a beautiful person.
Oh, thank you.
Damn, everybody said.
Everybody says she's beautiful. No, okay, until today, my aunt just called me beautiful, but
We ain't
nobody
had no
ever.
beautifuls, no
Yeah.
pretty, no handsomes,
Yeah.
no nothing. What the
Nothing.
fuck is going on here? Hold on,
Nothing.
time out.
Y'all look real good.
I
This-
brought
this-
in my best shirt to one day. I had
This is
Your
our
best
show.
shirt.
This is our show, and we have not been told that we're beautiful. Hey guys, keep up the good work.
I-
None of that shit.
What you mean? People tell
You
you,
know
to
what?
keep
Fuck
up the
it.
good
You like
work
Bree
all the
so
time.
much? How about she has the fucking show? How about that?
fuck that.
I don't actually.
Give-
I have
give
a
her your
podcast. I
share.
can give you that website if you want to get onto my. No, I'm joking.
Oh damn! I'm about to say.
Hey, yeah, she was stealing everybody. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna start going live. What time's y'all show? Mondays at 6. We're gonna start going like, damn.
No, I am a part of a community that does podcasts, but I've been kind of out of it for a little
Yeah.
bit and haven't done anything.
So you gotta test some of your podcasts. Why don't you share
I'm
this
busy.
on Facebook?
I'm busy.
What should a podcast revolve around that you're involved in? Well, what?
I kind of I talk about like current events.
And you wanna know what's the best thing that I really love about you that you've been up on, where you post your random rants.
I
That's
do.
the best.
I
where
just did a
she's
random rant a
up.
couple days ago.
Which one about the lady that wasn't trying to listen to you? There was the one where basically the lady
You know
didn't
more
agree
about your
with you,
rants
so
than
she
you
got
rant.
pissed off at you because you held a separate view than her.
Oh yeah,
That's
no.
pretty much everybody on the fucking internet. Wait
No,
a
the
minute,
last
damn.
rant I posted was about the rompers. Like I had to go on a
Oh,
rant about that
Damn.
for a little
How
bit.
do you feel about
Like my thing is the person that I had
No,
spoken-
they're actually called Rump Him.
whatever.
That's the actual name.
But the person I was a friend of mine had posted something about it, his opinion, and he was all like, you know, I'm old school, and any guy who's wearing a romper is probably, you know, taking a shower. I was like, okay, first of all, you're talking about you were taught by your dad in the 30s that men are supposed to be men and take care of the family and blah blah blah. So then I had to like pull up pictures from like the 30s and 40s, and I'm like, here's the original romper, guys. And it's literally like
it's a sleeveless.
Yeah, they're
like,
in rompers. They're in like they're
yeah.
like one. I had posted a whole rant of just like norms that you wouldn't think were male norms, and it was like
people
men in makeup. I had a picture of
makeup.
Prince in his heels. He always wore heels.
He had inches
again,
it wasn't like a little 1 inch wet.
Yeah,
no, he had inches.
Yeah, and too, Prince always did wear one piece.
I mean, Prince was. But Prince was still he was still taking care girl though.
Yeah, he's Prince.
But I mean, like, there's a lot of those things that are just like, I feel like it's like everybody wants to get on men for certain things, and it's not necessary. It's like if you want to take us back to where men were men and women were women, then it's like, okay, well then let me go ahead and get in the kitchen and my skirt that's past my knees, and I'm gonna need all of the men to no longer be bakers. Chefs, I need you to don't be a nurser, I said a nurser. What am I talking about? Like, I need you to have on your suit every day and have your 9 to 5, and that's what you're gonna do.
Or taking out the trash.
Yeah, like there's so many.
And you know, so that's crazy because you said that.
It was a good rant.
But I mean, again, and I feel like everything that you said right now is all fair. It is all fair because we sit there. We're so quick to judge people in a way and. The way how they are, the way they dress, the way they talk, the way how they do a lot of their stuff. But again, too, but when we do it, or if something that, oh no, nobody should care, or we're not open, or we want people to be open we want people to accept us. I'm not one of the people. I don't care if you're gay, nothing like that. You're cool. You dress however you want to dress. I'm not dressed like that.
It doesn't affect.
And you wear whatever you want to wear. You like whoever you want to like. I mean, it has nothing to do with me. That's who you are. You're your own person.
Exactly.
And just respect me and my beliefs.
And I think too. We always want someone to accept us and stop hating us or stop hating me or stop, like, you know what I mean, give me a chance. But you're not going to give somebody a chance just because they dress differently, or they look different, or they wear their hair different, or I mean, sometimes even too is the latest hairstyle, all that stuff, and it's so crazy. I mean, me personally, I would not put on a romper because I don't have the build.
I'm not built right.
I'm wrong him.
Like I wouldn't, but because I feel like there's certain things where like, okay, that's meant for them. Yeah. It's like nobody can have their own little thing,
right?
Personally, so it's like like the Irish can wear kilts, they can wear a skirt. I'm not putting on no fucking skirt. That's for them. Yeah. I'm not going to judge them, but that's your culture.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to wear a romper, do you? But I'm like, I've seen too many females in it to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like if in the '90s you had women wearing baggy jeans, busting a sag and all. You're like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, but it looked good. Like SWV, Aaliyah, all of them wore like
oversized
clothes.
Baggy pants with a sports bra.
But they had the open shirt that was long.
With the sports bra, but it was like a middle thing. But I wasn't seeing nobody out on the streets. I think there was, but again, too, I think certain people could only pull that off.
Yeah. Certain people can pull off certain stuff. I don't care who you are.
And I'm not that guy.
I mean, certain guys. I mean, it's a romper. I mean. Another thing too, that's some people was starting to call jumpers a romper. That's not a romper. That's a jumper.
They broke them down. There was a jumper.
But some people was just trying to talk shit. It's calling a jumper a romper.
I think just nowadays, I think a lot of guys are just like, everything is like, oh, that makes you gay, and it's like when everybody was getting on, who was it, Jack? When he had done this thing to his hair, it's like, okay, but what about Snoop? When he used to have his little press and curl, was you hating on him?
Nope.
No, probably not.
He still gets his nail done with the French tip.
Homeboy from Earth, Wind and Fire always had that luscious hair.
Yep.
Like
Ron Isley, all that. They had finger waves and stuff, all that
It's
stuff.
like you can't be mad at him. Like, first of all, I think he did that for a movie or something.
He did. He already.
But then it's like, how are you just turning around? It's dumb.
I mean, we have people hate like that. Again, it's not them or so what? I never seen nobody else doing it, or this other celebrity do it, so it's not normal, or it's not right, or that's not what you're supposed to wear.
But you're trying to judge off of what you feel is normal. Normal is just, if it doesn't affect you, it is what it is.
It's dumb. I just, like, it's not gonna be for everybody. Not everybody can wear everything.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I'm not gonna tell you
just like you ain't gonna catch me dead in no paint on jeans.
Right.
That's not for me. I don't feel comfortable in that. The skinny jeans so skinny they look painted on. I can see the vein in your leg.
You're
Give
so
me some of
funny.
those.
That's what I'm talking about. Like I don't know. Like I'm not. Nah. I'm cool. But it. Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Well, it's not bringing in the comments live because it's not.
I feel like I didn't even see you guys go live on my Facebook.
It's because you probably.
Because you
turned another-
unsubscribed and
Well,
unfollowed. You pulled
No,
the drink.
my Facebook got disabled.
Yeah. You got
Oh
a new
yeah, because
page.
you over there ranting
Yeah,
too
you
much.
got a new page. What's up, Justin? So Justin's in here. Yeah. So I feel like it is.
Oh, so that's
live.
what it take for y'all to come in this bitch and stay as a pretty girl? That's
Yeah.
fucked up. Sorry.
That's so messed up. Yeah, but we do have Brian. I didn't even tag you when I shared it live. But yeah, so so interracial relationships. Let's start there. You want to start there?
Straight into it.
Interracial relationships.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So me personally, and you know what was so crazy? I hear people, especially in our community and our culture and stuff like that. They talk shit. You know what I mean? About it doesn't matter if it's if the girl's going with a white guy or the black dude's going with a white girl, they talk shit. Me, I don't see a color or like you know what I mean. We all see color, right? I don't see the race. I see a person's a person. You like whoever you like, and honestly, I feel you can't help who you fall in love with or who you're attracted to. Like you know what I mean? That's who you're attracted to.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? And it is what it is. Like there's nobody like you know what I mean? Because now, say for instance, you can date a black girl, but now what if somebody just said, "Yo, your girl's ugly as fuck." Like you know what I mean? On some real shit.
Wow.
Like you know what I mean? You shouldn't be with her because she wear braids. Like you know what I mean?
Like,
When she's
bro,
getting,
she
yeah,
got,
like you know
she
what I
got
mean?
a fade like me, bro. You shouldn't be fucking with
Yeah,
her.
like that's real shit. Like you know what I mean? So I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't think it's fair. I think it's rude and it's ignorant. And honestly I think some people are jealous. If you're hating on, yeah, they always going to the white girls because you don't know why he went to her. You don't know why he went to her or why she went to him.
And you can't get mad at him for it. You like any black man that deals with a white woman or white woman that deals with a black man. Oh, you're trying to steal the black man and blah blah blah. They're strong men. This, that, and the third. Whatever. Then you just can't deal with a strong independent black woman. You don't know his past, like his test group of what he's actually dealt with. His experience may have just been all black with black women, or maybe that's not what he's attracted to. He just happens to like the figure of a white girl, or an Asian girl, or a Latin girl.
Asian girls got figures? I'm hating. I'm joking.
I'm talking about the rare, thick ones.
Right.
But like that just may be what he's into because everybody has their type.
Yeah,
And
but
you
I
can't
think it's
accept-
okay to have your type, but don't express your type. I guess at the expense of, say, your culture.
Mm-hmm, okay.
So if you're a black man and you prefer white women, that's cool. Have your preference. Like, hey, I like white women. That's cool to make that statement. But when you say stuff like, I like white women because black women, blah, 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 that's when I don't think it's okay. Like, don't hang on your preference at the expense of your culture, you know?
Right.
And my thing may be like word it properly because not every black woman is that. But you can easily say like I'll respect you more if you're like the black women that I've dealt with.
Mm.
Like just the people I've dealt with, I just haven't had a good experience. I was always downgraded because you might be somebody from the hood where they was talking about you because you was smart and you wasn't in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So your experience with the black girls you were around was what built like okay, like I prefer the white girls because they accepted me.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't just bundle up all black girls into one group where it's like yeah, black girls just ain't shit. That's wrong.
Yeah, well, that's kind of my mom's experience. Like, I mean, obviously, they know my mom's white, but y'all don't know that. My mom's white. So, my mom's always been plus size.
Yeah.
So, and she grew up in the country, and where
Like
she
my
grew up,
women,
you know,
BBW,
yeah, oh, wow. Plus size women were not the thing. Like, you got your skinny, like, cheerleader girls. That was kind of like where she grew up. That was like the popular crew.
Because it was the too skinny and the athletic build.
Yeah,
Anything above that was...
Yeah, those girls were like the it girls. So for her, when she decided to come down into the city, it then became like, you know, I actually get attention from black men that I didn't get from the white guys that I grew up with. So then, 18 years old, that's how I happened.
Yeah, right. And see, so again too, and if you don't know Bree, she's biracial.
Clearly, look at this luscious hair on this ebony frame.
So Beyonce. Except I don't take mine off at night.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked
Don't
up.
talk
But
about
I'm just
that.
saying that.
Hey, you know what?
No.
Hey,
Queen Bee is
Don't
my girl.
like that.
No, my
Just
first.
because yours is natural.
Negative. I'm not hating on Beyonce. Actually, my first podcast was
I'm
in
offended
defense of
at your
Beyonce.
whitehead.
What?
My
Did you
first.
just say
Paul.
nigga?
No.
No, I don't.
I'm playing. I'm playing.
I did not. I'm sorry. I am not a fan of Beyonce.
Beyonce.
I'm not a fan of Beyonce. I'm
Kill
sorry.
yourself.
Why? I mean, I doesn't because I mean honestly, I feel like I think did we talk about this before in the show?
What, Beyonce?
Yeah.
I need to know what y'all talking about Beyonce.
Like they-
that shit. I don't know. Nigga.
They put Beyonce's on a pedestal. Like
She
they
is on a pedestal, but
for what?
name something that she's done wrong.
Because
It's not named something that she's done wrong, but I've seen people outperform her.
And I'm not talking about that.
Okay,
You can
but that's
still
what-
be
that's
on
what
a
people-
pedestal.
because she
But
has
she's a well-rounded all around.
she has
individual.
longevity right now for her style of music, and she's just that bitch right now.
Okay.
Yeah, like my thing is like, I've seen her outperformed, but she's up in the top 3 performances from a female artist I've ever seen.
Most Grammys probably.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
like
She's just
Super Bowl
highly
performance, all types of
Yeah,
shit.
I mean,
like,
I'm not.
and then like her whole she's out here busting her ass like for real. Now there might be people that release like a couple songs better than her, but overall like she's just well rounded when it comes to artistry and in her personal life. Like you don't
Yeah.
like you know what I mean, out in the media and behind the scenes, like everything's just I'm not gonna say she's perfect because I don't know her, but she ain't got nothing slandering her.
Yeah,
Right,
I actually just saw on the TV yesterday that they are now officially a $1 billion couple.
Oh, are they?
They
Wow.
say.
So Chocolate Jones said on YouTube, she said, I prefer black men and have no attraction to white men at all. The other race, with the exception of Puerto Ricans, or no, she said, other races besides Puerto Ricans. So she's only attracted to Puerto Rico. Other than
Blacks
guys,
and Puerto Ricans.
blacks and Puerto Ricans.
And that's her preference.
Yeah.
Just like I ain't gonna
What?
no, I'm just saying here. I'm trying to sit there. I'm like, what am I trying? I'm like, I don't have a preference.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a preference. Now, granted, I really haven't dated outside of my race. It's always been shit, biracial and like islanders. Yeah.
Like-
So I've never dated like a white
me
woman,
count
but
that.
my thing is like I don't have nothing against a white woman.
Yeah.
Like I would date a white woman. Like I would have no problem with it. Like it is what it is. Like I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I don't.
Because
I
people
don't.
like you don't care that they eat macaroni.
With a little bump and grind. Nothing wrong. I don't see
Oh my God.
nothing wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
baby.
Yeah. All right.
Now if you.
Oh my God.
No, how the fuck it
It's like that one dude that used to be the one dude on Boyz II Men that
That's what I
always
was
had
trying
that one like break
just
where he
want
would
you to
just talk
love
to
me.
you. They don't do
I
that
just
no
want you
more.
to feel me.
You
They don't do that no
They
more.
don't make
The-
music
yeah,
no
they
That
don't.
more.
just
It's
one
not-
break where he just be like,
Oh.
baby.
It's not. Yeah. The music
Like if
is
Miguel
so
wasn't
different.
making no music, we wouldn't have no love songs right now.
That's not
I
true.
know. I like Bruno Mars be throwing
Oh,
down. Bruno Mars be throwing. His music be about everything.
This is for my
Jump in
hustlers,
the Cadillac,
gangsters,
girl, it's just a matter
bad
of-
bitches, and your ugly ass friends.
Oh.
So. But that's it's
Mr. Bruno Mars.
So that's like he's talking to everybody.
Anyway.
He talks to everybody.
Dang.
Wait, what was that? What was she just singing? Damn, I can't think of it.
That song.
You can't even think of it.
Oh, so she
Okay,
said.
yeah, that's a good one.
So she said, Chocolate Jones said on YouTube, she said she dated outside of her race, so she just never did it again.
Yeah, like the only
Yeah.
people I've dated, like I've never dated like a pure white woman or a pure Asian. It's always been biracial or black.
Black, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Like I don't know. Like because pretty much everybody's mixed down there.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Well, yeah, I
But,
mean,
like I've never had like a super dark girl where it's like, bitch, I'm from fucking Zimbabwe. I've never had no
What's a
pure black
Zimbabwe?
girl, and I've never had like I don't know.
yeah.
But I don't have any like that type of spite for anybody to where it's like it angers me to find somebody with a white person or with
Yeah,
a black person
right.
or with somebody outside your race. Do you love is love, caring is caring. I care for every fucking
Yeah.
body. It is what it is, except for that one person. You know who you are. But
Wow.
it's literally like every fucking buddy is cool. You're cool with me,
Yeah.
and I don't care what you do in your personal life. Like I like the mix in the melting pot, like you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
the aspects of a melting pot because it's just like you get introduced to so much difference and versatility. Like
Mhm.
I get to learn from you because like shit between you and Titi, y'all were the only people that I mean my personal family, but y'all were like I dealt with y'all on a regular.
Yeah.
Where it was like, okay, your mom's white, her mom's white, and I got to see that household for real. Because I really didn't spend too much time with my family.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think Titi's household is a little more aggressive than mine.
Yeah.
Way more aggressive.
Yeah.
But
They're a little,
that's
they're,
neither here nor there.
they're a lot more tougher.
Little-
They're a
Yeah,
lot
but
tougher.
more
it's literally like the
aggressive.
only literally because like I know my uncles and my aunts and all that, but it's like the only time I would see them was on the holidays.
Yeah.
So I really didn't get to grow up with the white because I'm like people didn't know like my mom's half and half, literally like, and I'm like a quarter white, and I have a lot of white people in my family, but I would only see them on holidays.
Yeah. Like I'm not real close to my mom's side of the family. Like they exist. I know them, but I wouldn't say we're like.
Okay. See, now we can see the
Hey.
comments. See,
Yeah.
Like
you
like
gotta,
you're
you gotta
real
pay
close to
attention
your
to
bingo
Facebook.
pit. Like I already told you I wasn't.
I think that if
What?
you are gonna make
I
the.
can't
We're talking.
I know.
I think if you're gonna make the choice to have some type of interracial whatever going on in your family, then you need to educate yourself on how to be effective in that relationship. So an example I have is
Speaking from experience.
well, it's not really my experience, but I mean, an example that I have would be I just saw something recently online. It was a white couple. They adopted 2 black kids, and then they ended up being inseminated with 2 more black kids. So they had 4 black kids, and these are 2 white people in like the South, where everybody in their neighborhood was like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah.
What's wrong
And
with you?
I don't.
You see that
I
craziness that Cheryl's doing?
I don't think that they're equipped necessarily to handle that situation, and I don't know how that's.
Gonna play out.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna play out. Like, I think it's gonna end up being hard on the kids
Right.
because they're gonna grow up when they're surrounded by white people. They have nobody that they're gonna be able to look to and get the black perspective.
Yeah, or to learn their. I mean, again, too, your culture is whatever your culture is, but yeah, from their skin
Yeah.
tone culture.
Like, I think you need
Yeah.
to be able to have something else that you can pull on to make it work.
Yeah, right.
Or it's not. I think it's gonna
just
be.
be weird.
That's
It's
fair.
it's not gonna work out right. Like I remember when what was it? Kim Kardashian paid like Kim Kimball to teach her how to like braid North's hair, and everybody was giving her crap for it.
Why
I'm
would
like,
you be upset with
at
that?
least she's learning how to do her kid's hair. You
Yeah.
want her just walking around raggedy.
because then if she don't do her hair, then people will talk like how they
Exactly.
gave Jay-Z and Beyonce
So,
about
oh,
Blue
you got
Ivy.
her
Yeah,
around
but
nappy
people,
head,
yeah,
but people
right.
were giving her a hard time
Right.
about it. Like, look at her trying to be black now, blah blah whatever. And I'm like, her
That's not
baby's
trying to be
black.
black.
Like,
That's actually educating
Yeah.
yourself.
right, she's trying to learn. So why are y'all giving her a hard
Right.
time? Like, I think if you're gonna be in some type of union or have children that are outside of your core race, then you need to have some type of backup
Yeah.
to like make sure everything goes smooth.
And also have some sort of education to be able to answer the questions that they'll have.
Yeah,
Right.
Because at
Yeah,
some
you-
point
I mean,
in time,
yeah.
they're going to learn, like, I don't look like you.
right.
So,
Yeah.
mom,
Or
what's going on?
or no,
Dad, what's
when they
going
go
on?
when they go in schools, one of them kids who I mean,
That
hopefully
may.
this doesn't happen to them, but will probably start calling them racial slurs.
Yeah.
Because just imagine if their parents are looking at their parents all weird and stuff like, oh, why are they raising them black kids? Just imagine what their kids are taught.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're taught that hatred. Nadia said people can date whoever they want. However, I don't. She said I'm sorry, date whoever they want. However, I don't judge black men if he exclusively date outside of the race. Who hurt you because of a handful of black women? You
Okay.
should have shut down. I'm sorry, the whole race of them. Okay, I mean, and going back off a little bit of what you said. I'm sorry, I was like, too clear. But yeah. So I mean, and I understand that. I mean, that's a little bit off of what you said.
Yeah, but my thing is, like, for you, that's your choice. He holds
Right.
that right to just be like, you know what? I'm just not going to deal with them on my personal dating level because I've had bad experiences. I can't get mad upset because you've been hurt. You have some type of trauma in your life that makes
Yeah.
you pull back. Now, if you're sitting there like, fuck black women, fuck them all the way around, and you don't want to deal with them, black women
Yeah.
are just coming there, no.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
your dating preference it just turns like, I don't
Or,
have a good
yeah.
experience with them, so I choose not
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Like, I personally have no problem with you just not wanting to date black women because of your experience.
Right, and
Yeah.
if you get turned off by it, then you get turned off by it. If
Exactly.
you try it, or
It's just like there's people that's like, oh, I can't date this
Okay.
person because okay, I had a sexual experience with that person and it was a bad experience, so I choose not to even do that.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. If there's any Asians out there, I'm
Statistically
sorry.
Okay.
speaking, when it goes to the average penis measurements in the world, Asians do fall a little short.
But that's what I'm saying.
Shout
Don't
out to
make a
Vegas.
general statement like that,
So
and at the expense of your culture.
yeah,
Like,
And
bring it back to your
and
experience.
and Nadia's other comments, she just
Ooh,
said,
girl, she's right
yeah,
there.
those paragraphs. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
she said she said what she basically said was why she feel like why some black women get angry and get a little bit bitter is because some black guys go for white women because of their beauty and their makeup and their
But
and
you
their
see
figure.
them as beautiful. He's
Yeah.
allowed to feel that way.
Yeah.
Like just like you wouldn't want if you get your lashes and your eyebrows arched, you wouldn't want somebody to be like oh he only feels like because of your eyebrows are arched and your
Right.
weave is done and this that.
Right.
Like no, if that's what he's into, that's what he's into. Don't get mad because that one guy doesn't fuck with you or those couple guys don't find you beautiful because there's
Right.
1,001 guys that do.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you get like I don't understand that grudge and that anger for that like fuck black men that don't fuck with black women. Why?
Yeah.
They're entitled to that because there's a lot of women out here. That's the same thing as like, you don't fuck with broke niggas. You're entitled to that opinion. Granted, I may feel like that's fucked up and shady, but you don't
Right.
have to fuck with a broke guy because
Right.
there's a lot of good ass women out there that are gonna fuck with black women. I mean, broke guys. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
So I don't feel right being like there's certain people that like, oh well, because they think they're beautiful. He's allowed to think. I think there are beautiful white women out there.
There are beautiful
You know
white
what
men
I'm
out
saying?
there,
Like,
and then there are beautiful white men out there who are
Killing the
paying
game.
a lot of money
Yeah,
to look like black women.
and that's exactly what she said in this car. That's exactly what she said
Like,
in the
that's
comment
the
too.
thing
I
now.
was gonna get to that.
Like,
yeah.
let us not forget that
Yeah,
that Black China was before Kylie. Let's not
Yeah.
forget
Yeah.
who he was with first.
Right.
And then we just went for a smaller plasticky version.
Yeah, and maybe
Yeah, I mean, and
that's
that's-
his opinion because who knows their back experience where he's like, you know, I'm just
I mean, again, too.
I
We
get along
don't.
with her. You know what I mean? Like I don't know their personal
Yeah.
experience.
And that's what we gotta look at. So the more of it, you can date whoever you want, be with whoever you want. Chocolate Jones, I do see your comment on YouTube.
But just like you said, don't sit there and slander and beat
Yeah,
down
right.
your race because you have certain
Right.
types of.
I would, and
opinions.
you can't say all women. You can say
The
some of
women that
them.
I've dealt with
Yeah.
have been fucking rude and assholes.
I got it.
Yeah.
Because
y'all was
talking the most.
I just think, go with what you go for. Like I've been with black guys, I've been with white guys, I've been with Puerto Ricans. Like I don't care. It's whoever is one,
Who
somebody
makes
I
you
can get
happy?
along with
Who
for
you
long
know?
enough to like make it work, and two, who's gonna put up with me.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah,
Oh, well, a
right.
little bit.
So luckily Chris is doing
This is
great
where this
so
is
far.
where this is where
Right.
the flashback starts. Where it's like,
Right.
"Oof." You guys didn't know Bree's past is filled with a lot of anger and outlash. She's been involved in 13 domestic violent cases. 3
Cases?
Cases? Yeah.
Cases.
Well, okay. So I want to.
I don't beat many people.
So
but
this-
you
this-
beat a lot of men.
Maya, I want to reply to your
Nice.
comment for a second because I see your comment and I just gotta say something about it. You said that it's dangerous.
She was
I don't agree with it. And the Bible, nobody in the Bible was mixed or whatever like that. That's what you're saying and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, from the first part, I mean, I'm gonna just be honest. I don't agree with anything you're saying right now, because and you're entitled to your opinion, but the Bible has nothing to do with who you are attracted to. The Bible cannot really tell you how to live your life or how you.
No, it can tell you.
No, I mean,
It can tell you how to live
I mean,
your
but it
life.
can't make you live a lifestyle. Personally, me, like that. What I'm saying
It
is
can't
that.
tell you who to love.
Yeah, but it can't tell you how to live your life. I mean, it
Yeah.
can't tell you how to no, do this. I mean, it says
that's
it.
exactly what
Yeah,
it says.
I know it
That's
says
exactly
it,
what
Yeah.
but it's not no, because you can choose to not read it or whatever like that. Or,
Oh, yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like I don't agree with that at
There's
all.
some
I mean,
Great shit
the
in the
Bible
Bible.
wasn't written for black people or white people. It was written for
It was
Israelites, but it's okay.
I mean, we're not even.
Those are Middle Eastern people, actually.
We're not even. We're not. I'm not even gonna go into the whole Bible and spiritual stuff.
And also,
but
you got to take into consideration it was built at a time that is nothing like what we are.
Right.
Just like they say, like,
it
oh, you're not
wasn't
supposed
very
to.
mixed.
Exactly.
And then this
You
I
gotta
want to say
remember,
too.
how long did it take you to meet somebody that was across the fucking world? You didn't even know they existed.
Right.
When these stories were being told.
And it's not even that. The fact that people
Look what you
like
done did, Maya.
the fact that people just like really like they take it to their like religion and spirituality gotta play a part. I mean, because if you go back off your word, like, you know what I mean, or off the Bible and stuff like that, they say God know who you are. If He created you, He know who you are.
Yeah.
He knows you, so He knows that you're attracted to this other race.
Mm-hmm.
In my eyes, or He knows that you're attracted to this other. I mean, this same sex or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
First off, I would like to start off with, if you're going to bring up something about we shouldn't be mixing races because of the Bible, I want to make sure that you follow every single word in that Bible, because there is no room for leniency in the word.
Bible's hard.
So
Yeah.
we're going to start there. And then if you're going to go with that, do you agree with, like, wearing, like, basically the Christian or the Bible equivalent of, like, the burqa? Or a head wrap, because that's in there also. And like, there's certain things that's now that weren't back then. Like, literally, like, they say, like, oh, you're not supposed to eat pork because hooves roll in its own shit and all
You're
that.
not supposed to eat a lot of
That's
stuff.
what I'm saying. You're not supposed. But they
Pork,
also didn't
right,
know.
Papa Jones, I agree with you.
But they also didn't know how to prepare food back then either. So there were plenty of people that were dying from wrongly prepared
Yes.
food. So it would seem like, okay, pig is killing you. Oh, well, it does sit in its own filth, so that let's make the connections there.
Right.
Then you have, like, you might die from, we were feeding these cow. Oh, God is blessing us, or not blessing us, but He's punishing us. Like, well, you fed a fucking cow, and it got mad cow disease, but you had no concept of
And that's
that.
why I don't eat beef. I fear
I'm
mad cow disease.
gonna need you to not be so calm about that. And that's exactly why
I mean,
it's not a part of my diet.
Again, too, Maya, I didn't. I'll be honest with you. I didn't read the second half of the comment, because that right there, it stopped me right there.
Right.
Bible.
Wait a
that
minute.
seemed dangerous, and then the Bible says we aren't supposed to mix nations or like that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Mixed
that-
children are often not taught the depth of their black culture and their white culture, and that's
And
so hold on.
not good to
Okay,
not know
she's
your
right.
roots.
Okay, hold on.
I
So
can tell you.
So answer that. Are you not taught that? Were you ever taught the? Because she's mixed, so we're gonna.
I feel like growing up in my situation, I didn't really have to be taught a lot, but I feel like I definitely got two different versions of the same story a lot of the times, and then you just kind of have to piece it together on your own. Like, the education that I got in Pittsburgh Public, where it's like mixed all around with people, is very different than what I was learning in Shaler, where it's all white people. So it's definitely, like, people automatically assumed, I remember specifically in 8th grade we had to do a project on, like, our family history, and I was specifically told by the teacher, well, you don't have to do too much because your ancestors were slaves. Bitch, you don't know me.
Whoa.
Like, you don't know who my ancestors are.
The
I'm
teacher said that?
Scandinavian the most in my ancestry. Thank you very much.
The teacher said that.
Yeah, but it was cool because I don't want to do the assignment anyway.
Yeah.
No.
But that's the type of thing. Like, people just make a lot of assumptions about you, and they don't ever ask.
That's actually crazy.
They don't
like,
try to learn
because she
about
wasn't
you
open
because
to
they
it.
don't know.
Okay.
They don't even know how to teach that.
So Maya got a question. She said, so from your mom.
Yeah.
Did you ever learn anything about your cultures or the other culture from your mom?
I wouldn't say my mom taught me anything about either side.
Okay.
It was kind of just
She
live
raised
your
you
life.
how she
Yeah,
was gonna
yeah.
raise you.
It was I mean, she was a white woman in Northview.
Yeah, she was a white woman in Northview Heights.
One of the few at the time. So it was like,
Yeah, that's fair.
I think she kind of just threw me in and said, hey,
Go have
Your
fun.
people.
I mean, and to all offense, I think you say your people.
Your people, get in
no,
there.
embrace yourself.
But
Girl, be one.
I feel like
Said up 7th grade.
we
Time to
all
meet the other half.
Right.
our parents, us as parents too, right? Dude, we don't teach our kids everything. We don't.
We don't
And,
because
and sometimes we rely on the schools to teach some of our children some things. We rely on their peers to teach them some things, and we rely on ourselves to teach them some things. I mean, themselves to teach them some
But I
things
want to
because
say this
you don't.
is that that's not. It's one of those things where you're living in it. So
Right.
me personally, it's like yeah, there's certain stuff where I'm going to have to tell you, but there's other stuff where you're going to experience. So I didn't. It's not like I should just. I never thought to take my son and be like, "You're a black male. Remember this. This is what blah blah blah. This falls under your culture." I never
Right.
thought to do
Yeah,
that because
right.
you're living in it.
But
You're
I
living
feel
with the
like
experience.
these are things that
But
I
if
have
it was with,
conversations with
like,
Chris
biracial.
because we're gonna have these issues when we start to have kids because
Oh, you're going to have white kids.
they're gonna probably be like Mariah Carey kids, like
Yeah.
that
No,
tone.
they're going to look like him.
They might. But
Yeah.
no. So Chris is white,
Right.
and he's
And
like
they're married.
he's like white. He's like Russian and Italian. So he's.
Oh, yeah, he's
oh,
white.
He's
damn,
white.
He's
white.
a
Yeah.
fucking Viking.
Well, hey,
But we
is his
have
best
this.
friend Donald Trump?
No.
Second best friend.
Oh, second. Okay.
We have these conversations all the time about like our kids because I'm like very into like the social media and I keep up on the news and what's going on and I always like I get so heated when I see that, you know, it's another innocent black kid or something that's been killed by a white person. And that like really gets to my core because I feel like nothing's being done to correct the situation.
Right.
And it's just it's irritating to me. So then like I have these conversations with him and I'm like, you know, you're gonna have to like come to the like just epiphany one day that you are gonna have little brown babies and you're gonna have to deal with these situations, especially because you never know, we might be in a school district that's mixed or we might be in a school district that's all white. How are you gonna handle the situation when your kid comes home because they didn't get asked to a dance because they're black?
Right.
And we're in a white district. Like, how are you going to handle that? Like, what conversation can you have with our kids that's going to teach them anything about their situation?
Damn.
So then
Yeah.
this is where he's going to have to educate himself and be able to handle it because he's not equipped for it.
Yeah.
Because he didn't grow up that way. So I have these conversations with him. We go back and forth, and I'm trying to get him to understand that, you know, these are realities. These are things that I'm going to have to tell my kids. Like, hey, you may be a little high yellow, but at the end of the day, you're still black.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to live your life as black. You might be, I mean, you know, depending on what shade they come out, they might be passable. But at the same time, it's like, they're going to know they're black.
Right.
Because you're not going to hide it. Like, I know that you're not going to, like, you're going to go in headstrong, and what I'm hearing is that you want your husband to be prepared for this shit because you've had to deal with it.
Yeah.
You're set for it. I
Yeah.
don't know his background or what he's, you know what I mean, with how he's grown up, but this is going to be a fucking blast from the past if he hasn't, not, I mean, this is going to be a hell of an experience, is what I'll say. Because
It's definitely going to be a different dynamic, and he's going to have to
be able to roll with it.
Yeah, like
And-
the way that he thinks socially about culture and people is going to have to alter to then accommodate children who are not socially in his culture.
Yeah, especially
And-
depending on where y'all decide. Because if
Yeah.
y'all go with like a melting pot, great. Because there's so many varieties, and these kids have
Well, in
access
San
to
Diego,
different.
everybody's just going to think our kids are Mexican. And then if we move to Florida, everybody's going to think I'm
Ay, Dios
Cuban.
mío, guys. Anyway,
But I mean, it's going to be It's
gonna
gonna
an
be
experience,
interesting to
and you
see-
want to be prepared for that.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see that like dynamic of, you know, just
Because
how,
there's a difference between
how the
having
interaction
black
goes.
friends and having black children.
Yes.
Like there's a
Yeah,
and people
yeah,
don't
it-
understand that, but it's like because there's a lot of stuff that you may be. I'm not gonna say ignorant to, but you're not privy to.
So
There's
this,
just things that you're not.
so this,
Not
this,
really
this,
to
this what I'll
handle.
say. This what I'll say when we look at like when we talk about people, mixed people or mixed kids being taught their culture or and stuff like that. When we actually look, and some people, and Maya, I seen your comment where you said the school doesn't teach you your culture, and
Yeah,
stuff
because
like
a
that.
lot of
But
stuff in the
but
educational
also,
system
also
aren't-
but
is
also
crammed or
with-
geared in one direction.
like I'm gonna be real honest, and I'm being real honest here, and maybe it's just me.
Mhm.
My parents didn't teach me my culture neither.
Yeah, my
Um,
parents didn't teach
my-
me
my-
culture
my-
until they
my-
had to deal with it.
No, but again, too, when do you have to? I mean, to them, that's life. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I don't think I want to say it's almost fair to say majority of us in our culture, the stuff that we learned about our culture came from school, and not all schools did like don't. It depends on the teacher because there's some
I
good
wouldn't even
teachers.
say
I
that.
took African American history in school, so you can't say it's not in schools. Again, too, if it's not in schools and you feel like it should be in schools, you should do something about it.
Can I say one thing? Is that like I wouldn't even say that I learned a lot of it in school. What I would say is that I learned a lot of it from watching it.
Right.
Because nobody was actually breaking shit down to me. Like, I took African American history too, but the shit was so small. And when you grow up and actually learn, like, half of the true shit, the awoken shit, isn't even in the books of which you're being learned.
Right. I
What
mean,
you're being
I
taught.
think the
Yeah,
books
like,
miss
yeah.
some of it, but I mean, I was in program. I went to Visions, and they taught me about the African American culture and stuff like that, and African culture and stuff. And it was cool, and that's where I got some of my knowledge and most of my knowledge from.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to lie. I went to Chatham Elementary. We used to have.
I went to Chatham.
We used to have, and I don't know if it was like. I mean, you're not that far off from me, but we used to have the African American. The little Jeopardy type of thing where your class like participate. I'm not sure if they did it when you was there, but we used to have to do that like around for Black History Month. We had to study, and it was like a challenge and stuff. And if you won or your class won or something like that, you got your class got a prize and stuff like. And it depends like, and you had to go in and compete and stuff like that. I was in them things, and that was my elementary school. Middle school, I had teachers who taught me that stuff. In high school, Mr. Quigley did African American history. Then you had Mr. Smith, who actually it was the Oliver, who when he left Oliver went to go be part of writing a new African American history book. So these people are there. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes if you don't take the class or you're not fortunate enough with the class, they have the class. We still got to teach ourselves, but I don't think everything is on our parents because we know. I mean, I'm just speaking from my experience. My parents didn't teach me about my culture. It's something that I wanted to learn, and I had to go out there and seek. And just like most things in here, if you want to know something, you got to go out there and seek, or you're going to learn from failing at it, or if it happens to you. You're not just going to know, like, you know what I mean, your culture, because I'm telling you right, I'm pretty sure most of the people in here or who's watching can't sit there and recite off 10 Black inventions off the top of their head right now. You can't. I can. Like, you know what I mean? On some real stuff.
Can't.
I'm not trying to say they can't. Like, you know what I mean?
Challenge go.
I'm not sure. Like, you know what I mean? But if you can,
Kudos to you.
I mean, for real, like, let's sit there and be honest. I mean, and two, if you got something, you got a long-winded opinion, I put the number in there. Feel free, text us, say you want to participate by phone, and you can participate and give your point. Or if you feel like we're not really hearing what you're saying, text us and let us know, because this is real stuff. Because I look at this interracial relationship. We talk about we didn't get to stereotypes, or we didn't touch on discrimination yet. I mean, I think it all intertwines together. But I get like. Again, too, I can think we are, because we're talking about what mixed kids are being taught and what to live with, and how their white parent can't teach them something or don't teach them things. Like, what are your Black parents teaching you? Like, you know what I mean? Or what are your Asian parents? Asian parents teaching you? What are your
more structured?
Yeah, but what are your
their entire
experiences?
culture is
I
what
mean,
they're learning.
Right,
But you also have to take into consideration where we started off at. It's like literally our actual past and all of that was like. There's a vicious cycle that's being perpetuated in this culture where literally like we're
He's breaking out big
just
words. Perpetuated.
Anyway, it's like literally where we're like stuck in this rotation, like repetitive state where we're just trying to live or get by. Now there's a few people trying to make a difference, and I appreciate those people. But there's a lot of people where it's like you should always make time for your culture or to try to learn
Thanks,
it.
Carly,
But a
for
lot
your
of people didn't have access to be able to learn it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I think there needs to be. There needs to be more availability to learn your culture the right way, because there are a lot of people who live in communities. Say, like, if I were to have stayed in Northview my entire life, I would have learned the Black culture through the eyes of Northview. And in the eyes of Northview, Black culture is drugs, violence, things like that. That's not Black culture.
Right.
And that's funny. Like, now that you say that, because that makes sense,
fair.
because you taking what your experience, like what's presented to you as that culture.
Right.
Yeah.
So like when I see like certain white people doing certain things, I'm like, oh, that's white culture.
Yeah, that's white people.
Right.
No, but there's a lot of stuff that you can say. Yeah, that's
Macaroni and cheese for dinner.
I mean,
No, but when you look at that,
Just
like,
Mac.
I'm just saying.
Maya, and I get your point. And Carly, thanks for sharing. Carly, she's one of my coworkers. She's white. Her father of her children is black, and she makes sure she said that her boyfriend teaches her kids both cultures, both sides, about whites and about blacks. And you know what I mean. And that's something cool. Again, too, if we say like. How many of us, when we sit there and we talk about, we have these discussions, are actually doing what we're just telling people that other people should do, teaching people your culture, and not like, not the culture of you don't need no nigga for shit, like, you know what I mean?
And not the culture of find you a nigga that's gonna take care of you, or the culture of get the baddest bitch in the neighborhood, make sure you got a bad one on your arm, or chase that
because
bag.
I mean, because honestly, when you look at what
I'm chasing the bag.
I mean, what you said was some serious shit to me about Northview. Because the black culture, especially if you're there, if you don't know the culture, if you were white and you've never been around black people before, we won't even.
This breaks down Northview. Project, apartments, guns, drugs, alcohol, Crips.
A bunch of kids.
Right. I mean, and that's
not
what you
something
know.
that's
Fiends. Forget.
exclusive to black culture.
Right.
But if that's how you grow up and that's how you want to take your information in, that's all you're gonna know.
Well, but it's not even that. If you were somebody, say for instance, somebody who grew up in Greens County who doesn't have a lot of
Where's Greens County?
Green County is all it's out. But if you grew up out there or you grew up in Shenango or whatever the fuck you want to say, right?
Shenango?
Yeah.
Are these places?
You grew up in these communities where you don't interact with black people a lot and stuff like that. Somebody was just to bring you to a black community or a black neighborhood, like, you know what I mean? No, and we're not just gonna say Northview. We could say Homewood. We could say Fineview, whatever like that.
Like three violent ass.
No, but I'm just saying. But I'm talking about the areas and where I grew up. Where I grew up.
It really
But
was.
that's how they would know black people.
Yeah.
If that's all they had to experience, like, oh yeah, well shit, like, you know what I mean? This is what they do. I mean, again, and it goes with the N-word and everything else. Like, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's what they do. That's how they would say what's up. Oh nigga, you tripping? And then now somebody say it like, oh, but they're learning their culture. They're learning our culture. Like when you see that, when you look at that again, like. Even if your parents, off your comment, if your parents don't know their culture, okay, that is their fault when it comes down to me, because at the same time, they wanted me to know my culture. They could have learned about our culture and taught me our culture. And I mean,
Which is true, but you also got to take into consideration their experience and their conditions and their living.
Right.
Because if they didn't have time to, because they had to go out and do, like my mom. She had to work and do all types of crazy stuff, double shifts at security booths and all types of stuff, working for Northview, working for different stuff, where it's like a lot of people put a lot of pressure on the educational system as if they're supposed to teach you everything. And the Pittsburgh educational system is basic as shit when it comes to the public schools.
Right.
And like, honestly, like I just learned this shit just from taking my son from a public school to being online school. Like, the standards are way fucking different. Way fucking different. And his, like, what he's learning on the online school is, like, literally, it goes in depth with, it's not just Black History Month. Or you have one class. It's like, no, we're going to break down Black history, period. You're not just going to sit here and be like, oh, Black History Month, learn a couple of inventions. Martin Luther King learned his fucking speech.
That
Frederick
always
Douglass.
irritated me about Black History Month. Once I started to like get older and realize that, oh, it's February, this is what we're doing this month, it was like, can we learn something new?
Every fucking
But every year it's like slavery, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, cotton.
The potato.
Right.
The peanut.
Like, can we
1,000
learn
uses for the
something new?
peanut.
Like, can we put it out there that a black man created the stoplight? Like, can we like do something new?
You learn about the same.
It's
shit,
the same thing every year.
Yeah.
It's Black History Month. Let's just teach you how you guys were slaves for 300 some years.
I don't know why I was about to say Erykah Badu, but I was.
Right? It's just like after a while, it started to get really annoying and repetitive to me, and
it's like we didn't our culture didn't progress past that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I get like offended by like lots of different things. Like I was in LA when TT came to visit me. And it was like the night of the Oscars. We were up there, and there was like this huge like Native American march in the street for like against DAPL, and like I was like moved by it, and I was like in the march with the people because I was like, hell yeah, that was fucked up. These are my people. We were here first.
If you didn't
Christopher
know,
Columbus didn't fucking find shit.
Bree is very
like I'm very like
reactive.
no.
She's very reactive.
I really am.
So her and Token have that in common. Where it's just like, fuck that. This is what's going on right now.
Yep.
Because
yeah, right.
like
And
if I don't think
how
the
we are.
situation is right, then it's not right.
Explain
So
explain
it's
the
like
situation for
even
people
when
that's not
I'm
aware of
in
what that
school,
was.
even when my kids are in school, I'm like, I'm gonna be like, look, for your geography class or history class or whatever class this is, you gotta learn this bullshit about how this white man discovered something. But I'm gonna tell you for real, that's not what happened. But for you to pass this test, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and go with it. And
go
that's
with it, but
yeah.
I'm also teaching you.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to go with it so you can pass. But at the same time, we know what's up.
Yeah.
So that's how my teaching method is gonna
And that's what people don't understand is that we're being taught stuff that's not the full rounded story. So you can't get upset about certain people of other cultures not being aware because there's white people to get the African American history.
Yeah,
There's white people
right.
that get all types of classes just like you, and they're learning the same partial information that you're learning.
Them are also the people who are on the front lines with us when stuff is like for equal rights, for a lot of stuff. They're on the front lines with us too. Like you know what I mean? And I don't think I don't know, man. I like being discriminated against or saying like you know what I mean, hating on people because they're this way or this color and stuff like that. Honestly, I do believe because somebody texted the phone and they like we all know. I'm not going to sit there and say that white privilege doesn't exist. Nobody's saying that it doesn't exist.
Oh, white privilege 100%.
Yeah,
exists.
we know
you
that.
have to understand that you have a privilege also. I have a black
everybody
privilege.
has
Everybody
a certain privilege depending on the situation. Like it depends on what the situation is. There's always a privilege. You always have a privilege over somebody else in
because I have the
some
privilege
situation.
to
But
not
I believe
walk
that
around most
white
neighborhoods
privilege
and be
is
marked.
white privilege is definitely like a
It's a
it's a
ways
bigger
off.
privilege. It's definitely more prevalent.
Yes.
But
So-
everybody has a privilege depending on their situation.
So this is what I want to do, guys. Because we're close to time, maybe we could come back into the conversation. And we didn't touch all of our topics, but I do want to play.
Oh, you
a
can
couple
call
poems.
in whenever.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can come right back on.
Yeah. So yes, yeah, you can
I'll
always
be
come
here
in.
in October.
So so I'm gonna play a couple of poems from Chocolate Jones. This first one is called "If I." So let me try to see if I can get.
I think that one girl don't like me.
No,
I think she's
you're
like-
fine. We're still.
I think she's scared of me.
Yeah, bro. They can't hear it.
They can't hear it.
No.
What? How can we hear it?
Right? I can hear it.
You can hear it.
It's playing in the earphones.
Could y'all not hear it?
That's what I'm listening to now.
Could you hear it?
Can they hear that? Are you hearing that?
Okay. So, could
No, they said they don't hear anything.
Yeah.
okay.
How about now?
Sorry, guys.
No.
Can't hear nothing.
Okay.
If I asked you to make me cry, would you take heed to my request and push your troubles aside? Would you pull me close and gently kiss my cheek?
Oh no, Maya. We were asking if you could hear the poem.
Go back
We were
cheek.
playing it from the soundboard.
Would you undress me slow and kiss me just right? And whisper in my ear that you'll stay with me all night? Would you caress my breast and run your hand down my spine while lying me down with passion in your eye? Would you pull my hair back and tease me with your teeth and your tongue? And lick all my secret places until you make me come? Would you then part my legs and climb between my
Okay, that was called If I don't know if you guys heard that, but I hope you guys did. If you heard that second part on when I played it right there over the phone. So that's called If I got one more that she sent. I'm gonna play that.
But yeah, we're out of time, bro.
Are we?
Yeah, we're at an hour.
Okay.
We be
Yeah,
alright.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna play this one real quick.
If I would have known it was
It's
you,
called
I
Mother's
would have
Day.
aborted. That's what she said to me. Although I couldn't understand the words, I still felt the pain, you see. I was just a little girl, your baby girl, birthed into an ugly reality. I was trying to earn a love that should have been given freely to me. And that's when I began to get sick. Well, my entire childhood you stayed liquored up and drunk as the day was long. Different men at every turn and some married men. Now you know that's wrong. So much cigarette smoke making it hard for your babies to breathe. And every negative thing you said and did left a memory and was making me sick. I heard you say you hate me so often I turned it into a song. I named it My Mother's Melody. All I know is that my childhood was long, and I can't believe it was me. I couldn't wait to get away and learn about life and how good it felt to be free. But I was still sick. Every child longs for their mother, so I slipped up and let you back in. I mean, we can never be mother and daughter, but we can try to be friends, or so I thought. My heart and my mind took me back to everything I was taught. From you, I didn't learn how to love, I learned how to hate. Your weak apology to me is I was drunk or I was raped. But Mom, I'm sick. Well, I was raped of my siblings' affection. We're drunk off the lies of your tongue. I'm too old for the excuses, and I'm far from done. So I can forgive, but I cannot forget, you see. It's the pain that keeps me in check. So, you cannot be a part of my destiny. Not now that I know how it feels to be free. And I'm still sick. I'm so sick. But this time I'm love sick about me. Happy Mother's Day.
Why are 20 people dead at an Ariana Grande concert?
Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, so that was
sad.
that was called Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I like that. That was deep. I'm not sure if you guys were able to hear that one. But I hope you guys were.
Yeah.
You should always make time.
Why is that playing? Am I lost? Are we looped in? Okay. Well, hey guys, that's our show. We'll see you next week, Monday at 6:30. Until next time, people, I'm your host, Token.
I'm the other host, Mana.
And that's
I'm
our...
Brie.
Oh, there she go. She's right in.
Brie.
Beyonce flip.
I'm going to
Who don't do it?
She usually gets up and dances right now.
I felt like homegirl was married to me. Think she was married to me.
Conversation. You're going to hear some things here every week. You're going to hear some shit you know. That's how a conversation's supposed to be. You're willing to listen on both sides.
Like, I can't have any perspective from my perspective. And how I grew up. So it is what it is. We need our paintball mask.
Oh my god. Who got shot in the ass? That was me.
That was me. Hey guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Later.
I can't see.
Oh, damn, let me turn off the other one.